Question posed here, can I sue someone for defamation and libel in Florida? It's a thought on Merlin's mind over here. And in this intro video, I'm going to explain what the elements are in Florida and why in many cases you should be suing for defamation, libel, and slander in Florida. Why should you? Because there's too much of it occurring out there. Children are being targeted with defamation, libel, slander. Businesses are being targeted. Individuals are being targeted. People you love are being targeted, and businesses are being hit. Bottom line is people are suffering because keyboard warriors are going behind the backs of individuals and attacking them. People should not be suffering because of defamation. The reality is that if you got a business and someone's out there leaving unfair reviews, making unfair comments, improper reporting about things that just didn't happen, it's costing you money. It's hurting your business. It's hurting your reputation. That should not go unchallenged. It should not go unpunished. Second category, and one that I am particularly sensitive to, is defamation against children. The schoolyard taunts, the bullying and things like that us as adults dealt with pales in comparison to what children are suffering on school playgrounds these days and in the online environment. And as parents, as educators, administrators, people that work with kids, we really need to be sensitive to what's going on here. And we really need to understand that there are tools in place to immediately stop the defamation, the attacks on children. We'll do a series of videos on that. We'll make it very clear that adults can be held liable immediately for their children that are engaging in defamation against other children. So every time you think about a kid that's suffering because they've been subjected to the online mob that's attacking them, Facebook messages, Discord chat, all these other things, think about the very real harm that is occurring to this child. Isolated incidents are bad enough, but more often than not, what we find is that kids are getting piled on. The gang sort of circles around. They smell a little blood, and they all start piling on. The responses of school are vary from muted to somewhat taking an aggressive stance, but the reality is they don't have the same tools, they being schools, administrators, and the disciplinary process, that you as an individual, as parents, as someone that is a loved one or cares about the child. If your child is the victim of defamation, you have a duty, a responsibility to step up and protect that child. In this video, I'm going to give you the very real tools that exist. They're frankly pretty simple. They are profoundly effective, and they should be implemented. I mean, if I told you that in one fell swoop instantly you could remove this harm that's occurring to your child, you would take that. You should take that. You must take that. So largely, defamation and slander is governed by Chapter 770 of Florida Statute. Lays out the procedural framework. It explains what the tools are and what, in some cases, pre-suit steps need to be taken. But the reality is this. There's not a whole lot of case law out there. Now, there's some bigger cases. Historically, newspapers, news organizations, they were the target of defamation, slander lawsuits. But increasingly, individuals who have the ability to publish because of Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and all these other places, individuals now are the subject of defamation, slander, libel lawsuits, and they should be. There's some details in here that are really important. Thinking about defamation, libel, slander, particularly the largely immunity that's held by the platforms for publishing material. I think the Communications Decency Act goes a bit too far, is in many ways in conflict with the First Amendment. But there are some limitations on that. And the important limitations that I see and opportunities for individuals is to go after the people that are actually publishing the false and defamatory statements. I'm going to give examples in here, but I encourage you to please leave us your name and contact information. We have the toolbox that will alert you to what you need to do to prepare for a defamation lawsuit. That toolbox is a guide for you. Gives important steps, easy steps, primarily it talks about how you preserve the evidence, how you identify the perpetrator. We're going to help you build your own case, put it into a package that makes it really easy to understand what the liability is to those that are perpetrating that, and importantly, what you can do to execute on this plan immediately. So drop a like and subscribe. Give us your contact information. We'll keep you updated and give you additional information in a series of videos here.